Российской Федерации Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin.
Russian Federation, which inherited the Soviet nuclear arsenal, has launched a major war against Ukraine. Putin warned the West that any intervention with the invasion would have consequences that you have never experienced in your history. President Vladimir Putin's thinly veiled chance to use nuclear weapons in Ukraine if Russian territorial integrity is threatened has sparked deep dialogue in the West as to how it would respond. In a televised tackle on Wednesday, the Russian chief stated he used to be now not bluffing about the usage of nuclear weapons if Russian territories have been threatened, as he introduced a partial army mobilization that would see some 300,000 reserve forces dispatched to battle in Ukraine. NATO is conducting reconnaissance across the south of Russia. Washington, London, and Brussels are directly pushing Kyiv to move military action to our country. They are openly saying that Russia should be defeated on the battlefield by any means. I would like to remind those who make such statements about Russia that our country also possesses various means of destruction, and in some cases, they are more modern than those of NATO countries. When the territorial integrity of our country is threatened, we, of course, will use all the means at our disposal to protect Russia and our people. Those who are making an attempt to blackmail us with nuclear weapons must recognize that the wind can additionally flip in their direction, Putin said, adding, "This is now not a bluff." What would a Russian nuclear assault seem like? Analysts say Moscow would probably install one or greater tactical or battlefield nuclear bombs. Tactical bombs are designed to have a constrained effect on the battlefield, in contrast with strategic nuclear weapons which are designed to combat and win all-out wars. What may Moscow target? Analysts say Russia's intention in the use of a tactical nuclear bomb in Ukraine would be to frighten it into give up or submission to negotiations, and divide the country's western backers. Just the usage of one will now not be enough, Kansian said. Putin should choose to assault a Ukrainian army base, or hit a city center and generate mass casualties and perchance kill the country's political leadership. How must the West respond? The West has remained ambiguous on how it would reply to a tactical nuclear strike, and the preferences are complicated. Experts say the West would have no choice, however, to reply to a Russian nuclear attack, and that a response ought to come from NATO as a group, as a substitute than the US alone. However, he said, it may additionally provoke a Russian nuclear reprisal, elevating the threat of a large nuclear alternate and in addition humanitarian disaster. Another hazard is that some NATO participants may reject a nuclear response, serving Putin's targets of weakening the alliance. America and its allies are not going to be intimidated, President Biden said at the White House. He then addressed the Russian president directly, pointing his finger into the camera. America's fully prepared, with our NATO allies, to defend every single inch of NATO territory, he said, in reference to the Western security bloc. Mr. Putin, don't misunderstand what I'm saying, every inch.